My name is Anna Lalouschek, and I did the Meta Architecture module in the winter semester of 2020. I'm still doing my master's at the TU and just doing my last Entwerfen this semester. I took the course because I was interested in maybe thinking about architecture in a different way and maybe more on a theoretical basis. I would recommend the course to anyone who likes to read and write and also has an interest in thinking about different relations between different fields that are maybe connected to architecture, but also in a broader sense. I would really recommend it to anyone because it was a lot of fun to have the chance to do something different for once. In the course, we had to work on, in one subject, we had to work on a text by Gertrude Stein and had to change it every week. And with every week, the changes got like more drastic, I would say, so that in the end, sometimes you can't really see where the text originated from, which was really like a nice way because in the end, everyone had like a really different text, but we all started with the same thing in the beginning. And I basically concentrated on the meaning of different words and what they could mean when you read them, but also when you read the text out loud, like how words sound like maybe similar or different and mean different things. And I kind of wanted to write like in this stream of consciousness kind of way to basically write down anything that comes to my mind and maybe produce like a feeling in the person who is hearing what I'm reading. The work I did for the substitute course of the module was called We Will See Each Other Where White is Yellow, or Mindgames Dreamt in Nuclear White. And it was, it originated in a text that everyone used from Gertrude Stein called a box. And in the course, it was like this, that you had instructions, but they were really broad, like you could read them in different ways. And they were maybe like suggestions of verbs that you could do, like things you could do through the text. And it was like in these different steps, so that with every step you went further into the text and cut more out and maybe really changed things. But in the beginning, it was just words that you changed, like one word or two words. And so it was in the course like this that we had every week. We discussed all of our changes, so everyone had the chance to explain what they did and show their work. And then we talked about why these changes were made and maybe in which direction this could go. So there was this kind of theme that went through the whole course. And some people made like a new text every week, and some worked on the same text for the whole semester. And I did the latter. So with every week, the text got different from the original one. So every week there were more changes and more changes, so that in the end, I think you can still see kind of where the text comes from. But I tried to make it my own. And include parts from the original text, but also a lot of new things, so that also the meaning of the text got a whole different one. And I played a lot with what words sound like and what they look like, and so that you could maybe read them when you read them quietly in a different way as when it's read out loud. Then you kind of notice the different themes, kind of, and layers. And for the act part, we had to do this collage also in relation to a text by Gertrude Stein, but the one's called Food. And we had to choose one food or one text in the beginning. Or I think we could also choose more texts and then include them in a collage or translate them in a visual way. And there are like a lot of different foods and food groups that are mentioned. So every text is like really, really different to another one, and has also like maybe a hidden meaning. And I also tried there to play with what the words mean, and then translate them into maybe a different visual correspondent, that like the word in the beginning would mean something different than the image that I showed, but it might sound like the same. What I really took away from the course was also how to on one hand read texts in different ways and maybe really think about what they mean and what they mean for me and what they could mean for someone else. And then also in relation to architecture, where we also have to sometimes write texts about our projects, it really also opened up my mind to writing a text differently, not just writing facts maybe, but also how to structure a text and the meaning of it in new ways, and in ways that are more creative in a way, and to also think about the text that is a lot of the times just this text of facts a project is about, that you just include in every project. So in architecture, when you write a text about your project, then it is a lot of the times just supporting your design and listing the facts that you used in your design. But what really changed for me through the module was that a text can also like you can also put like a lot of work in a text, and make it stand on its own. So think about how you could structure or formulate sentences differently, and that it really changes a whole lot the way you talk and write about your work. And it influences also when writing down a text in different ways. For me, it also changes the way I maybe feel my project and how it relates back every time, like I'm doing a step in a project and then writing about it, and then also noticing maybe things that don't work as well through writing about it. And it really helps me to also take back steps and reflecting on what I'm doing.